Hey everybody, Peter Micah here. This is the Mystonic Records 2012 March Original Music Contest video. What does that mean? That means that this is the video where you post your original song as a video response. It'll show up down below and you'll know that you've entered into the contest. We're going to run this thing until April 1. We're going to end it on April 1. And we're going to open up the contest of voting over at mystonicrecords.com. I'll be putting a link to all this information down below, and there's a lot of questions that people ask. Well, not a lot of questions, but there's questions that people ask, and usually it's a commonly asked question. We're going to put those questions and answers down in the description. So if you have a question, please check it out in the description. It'll probably be there with the answer. Back to the voting that occurs over at mystonicrecords.com from April 1 through April 8. After that time, we're going to have a winners list of at least 10 winners, and we're going to post a video featuring those winners right here on this channel. And we're going to award some prizes. Well, what do we got? As we've mentioned before, we have the lovely Mystonic Records t-shirt. And I'm doing it a little differently this month. If you win this month and forevermore, as long as I can possibly do this, it costs me a lot more to send these things than it does to make them. So if you're in a band and there's 3 or 4 or 5 or however many people that are actually making the music in the band, and you win a spot, I'm going to send you all a Mystonic Records t-shirt. Because I would kind of like to see, I know eventually I'm going to start getting pictures of these people in various parts of the world wearing Mystonic Records t-shirts. And the thought of that is very exciting. So I don't want to see a band with one person with a Mystonic Records. I would rather see the whole band wearing a Mystonic Records t-shirt. That would just be something that would be very cool to see. Just an idea, just throwing it out there. Also to the winners, the top 3 winners are going to be getting their own TuneCore account. I'll be paying for them to put a single up on iTunes, Amazon, etc. And it'll be free to them, won't cost them anything, and they get to hold the account all themselves. I'm a big fan of TuneCore and what they're doing, and they've got plenty of videos on YouTube that they have put out. And all you got to do is check it out for yourself. You'll see that they have the independent musician in mind. And that's who they're catering to, and they're doing the finest job of, I think, anybody in the MP3 distribution racket. These are exciting times. These are times where, you know, people can make tremendous money, tremendous success right here on YouTube, right here in the internet without any involvement of a major label, without any involvement of some big shot with a lot of money, with any pushing in one direction or the other. People can do it themselves and do it with a tremendous success. Now, what really is the point where you make that success? That's been a question that's been asked to me many times, and my opinion is, I think we all do Facebook. I think we all have put a song up. You know, all of us are putting songs up on YouTube. We have put a song up on Facebook, and we've heard our friends go and look at it and make comments and say, this is cool, you know, I like this, whatever. That's great. But that's not success. I've also seen it where you put your song up on Facebook and one of your friends decides to share it with other people, some of who you may not know. That's cool, but that's not success. Success is, now, before I even finish this, I need to say, some people do not want to try to sell their music. Some people would rather remain in the fringe, and they have no interest in selling their stuff, so their definition of success is a little different. But I'm going to talk about what drives me, which that way you get probably a better understanding as to how the contest works and what the motivation is behind it for me. Success to me is when you put your song up and a stranger, someone who you don't know, listens to the song and likes it enough to share it with other people that you don't know. That is when you've crossed the divide, and now stuff of yours is going out virally around the world through the myriad channels that are Facebook and that are the other social networking sites. I think that is the key. So how do you do that? You need to make a song and a video to go with it that's catching, good, enjoyable, etc., etc. And what does Facebook and YouTube and all of this provide? It provides feedback. Some of us are able to do this stuff wonderfully in the bedroom. in the basement, whatever, but we don't go out live as much as we want, so we don't get to see the crowd response. We don't get to hear reactions as much as we want. This is a tool. It's a very important thing to be able to get a reaction from the general public, to be able to get a reaction from others. That's what YouTube provides already. Mystonic Records is just this little contest of ours is just a little way for you to get a more quick and consolidated response. And now keep in mind, like I said before, it's not for everybody to have the general public like their music. I've met people that swear up and down they don't want people to like their music. Or whatever. I mean, I've heard it all. But if you're interested in succeeding, if you're interested in putting your music out there and having a response, and having success and having people like the thing enough to buy the song, and share the song with other people, and them want to buy the song and share the song with other people, then you need to know what's working and what isn't. And this is a good way to do it. I think it's the number one reason to participate in this contest, is for that feedback. The feedback that's already occurring on YouTube, that's already occurring on Facebook, but here in the contest, you can find out much quicker. Hey, people really like the song. And then next month later, you put out another song, and you don't even place, and you say, geez, that didn't go over so well. We musicians don't have any idea. We'll put out a song and think this is the greatest thing we've ever done, and the feedback just isn't there. So it is what it is. I would say that's the best reason to be involved in the filter here that we call the Mystonic Records Original Music Contest. It is for that reason that I would say, don't look at this as a competition. Really, sincerely, don't look at it as a competition. If you're out there thinking, I put a song up on the contest, so now I'm going to go talk to my friends and get them all to vote for me so I can win, you're looking at it all wrong. You want to win this thing because the feedback is legitimately there that that song caught the attention of those people. Not that you manipulated the thing by telling people to vote. That's what the mainstream out there is doing. That's what the power brokers in the music industry are doing. They're manipulating the market. You want to put a song out and legitimately people said, listen to this. I would hope that I'm not the only one that gets excited at the concept of that. Please, by all means, comment to this video. Let me know that you think I'm all full of it. Or that indeed that is what it's all about. I mean, I've DJ'd for years on the radio, and you play that song for the first time, that all of a sudden the phones start lighting up and people start asking, who is this? That's what I'm talking about. That is what breeds that success, that causes that reaction. And not everybody's going to do it. That's the reality. I'm not saying for a minute that everybody who participates has this potential to be the next superstar. Not the case. Unfortunately, it's not the case. I think we can all enjoy the heck out of ourselves and really get into this passionately and just enjoy it beyond belief. But we're here in this little contest to give people the feedback, hey, this really worked, or this didn't. So don't get frustrated if you don't win the contest. Take it for what it is. It's honest feedback. If a kid walks up to you in the street, a 4-year-old, 5-year-old kid, whatever, and walks up to you and says, you're ugly, or says, those are silly pants, you got to take that feedback and say, well, somebody thinks this is kind of silly, or somebody thinks that I'm not looking so hot today. It's honest feedback. Just take it and go with it. If it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. But don't get mad about it, and don't think that you're working against the other musician. In keeping with that thought, there's another guy who does an original song contest. His YouTube channel name is Original Song Contest. His name is Ryan. I saw his videos the other day, and I saw a guy who was promoting original music. He was elevating artists, and he was into what he was saying. He was a believer in what he was doing. And it seemed to me, from what I was seeing, that he was legitimately passionate about what he was up to. So I reached out to him, and I've made a friend with the guy. So He's referred some folks over to us here at Mystonic Records. So by all means, check him out. Original Song Contest is the YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/Original Song Contest. Can't miss him. He's had a tremendous amount of success, I think, in a big way because he's doing this thing on a weekly basis. I do it on a monthly basis. It's good that there's differences between us because, you know, you don't want everybody to be doing the same thing. A weekly basis keeps it fresher. I chose a monthly basis because I wanted it to be something where a good musician could consistently put a song out. I think if you're rolling and you're actually working, it's not a big deal to make a song and finish it and get it sounding nice once a month. That's a reasonable goal. Once a week, whew, there's only a few people I know that can pull that off. But once a month, that's why I'm doing it the way I'm doing it. He's doing it the way he's doing it. He gets a great response, and I would encourage you to go check him out. Because all I care about is elevating original music. I don't make any money doing this. This is something I do for fun. And the result I get is the nice comment or email I get every day. It's the feedback I get from you guys, and some of you guys being able to collaborate with me on and my own personal projects on the side. It's having somebody say, you know, thanks for my daughter, you know, who's 13, is now on iTunes, and it's a great big deal, and I just thank you for making that happen. Not a big deal for me. It's just nice, though, to hear feedback like that because it meant such a big deal to somebody else. So, thanks again for all that you guys are contributing. Without your original music, none of this other stuff would go anywhere. It's you guys providing the content. So thanks again. Keep up the good work, and I can't wait to hear what you guys got.